Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hell yeah. So I'm drinking tea. I'm in my dorm. I have to wait until all my residents check out before I can leave to go home for Christmas break. So here I am for 2 extra days, kind of with nothing to do. So I wanted to do a little vloggy vlog because I haven't done this in a while where I just sit and sip some tea and like chat. I also don't have any like editing software, so this will most likely be one continuous take. Hope I don't mess up or share some information I don't want to share or ramble and not make sense because I can't edit this. Okay, so I wanted to talk about transitions in this vlog. I think I'm going to call it a vlog about transitions. So I feel like I've always had trouble transitioning between different phases of my life. Oh, also, I'm not wearing any makeup today, so not a speck of makeup, so this is like real honest. This is the real me. Okay. So I've always felt like I've had trouble with transitions. And what I mean by that is like going from school to summer, going from summer back to school, going from my mom's house to my dad's house for a long period of time, and going from my dad's to my mom's house for a long period of time. I grew up with divorced parents. So I've always been excited to like go to each different like area of my life, but the transition period in between each of those has always been very difficult for me. And I don't know if other people are just good at faking it or if it's just taken me a longer time than everyone else. I don't know, but I always get like I always need to like my body tells me to shut down every time I like go into a transition area. So an example of this would be yesterday. So yesterday was when all my friends sort of left campus, besides the other RAs that are here, because they also have to wait till their residents check out and everything. So all of my friends were like leaving for break and like starting that new phase of their life, like temporary phase, but like they get to go home for a month and like spend time with their dogs and take a bubble bath and like say hi to their moms and stuff. And dads. I'm not discriminating against dads. Okay. And so yesterday I got really like panicky and I got really like moody and broody and angsty, and my body was kind of just really grumpy, and I just kind of like shut down because I wasn't like, I'm in right now this weird transition where I'm like here on campus, but pretty much all my friends are like gone, like starting Christmas break, and I'm just here like merp. I'm still here for 2 more days. And so maybe that was a loneliness thing setting in, or I don't know what. But I think my point is it's just always taken me longer to transition. Even with my last video, my like last time I did a vloggy vlog thing. Oh, besides the car one that I did, where I was like, here a vlog about me in shambles, here's how my life is a mess. That was still me like going through the transition, like trying to get a grip on what school life is like compared to my easy breezy, super fun summer that I had. Like going from super fun summer to really stressed out, I have all these assignments to do, how am I ever going to balance all these extracurricular activities and all the theater stuff that I do, and choir, and English stuff and everything, and it was very stressful, and then I kind of like, I was drifting apart from people that I knew that summer, and I had to adjust to growing close to people at college, and so that's fine, it happens, that's life, drifting apart from people, growing closer to other people, but it's just, the movement is always like so stressful to me because people are very important to me, and relationships are very important to me, and I like having deep connections with people, and it scares me whenever I kind of drift apart from a person, or like our relationship becomes more surfacey than normal. Like that always freaks me out. Anyway, let's see where my train of thought was on that. Hell yeah. What was I saying? What was that? What was the point of that? Well, essentially, yeah, so I'm in a weird in-between stage right now. And so I kind of wanted to bring in the topic of labels also. Because that's a thing I've been thinking about a lot. And I had like a long string of like 6 or 7 tweets one night, like a couple weeks ago, where, like, even before finals had started, I had just stayed up one night thinking about labels. And my friend Andrea and I had talked about how when you put a label on yourself or on another person, you really limit them from being who they actually are. And so that got me thinking a lot. And I had kind of lately, like over the last year of my life, I've been really trying to not put myself or anyone else under certain categories. And it's really hard to do because we as human beings love to put things in organized little compartments, and we love to put people in organized compartments so we know who they are before we even get to know who they are. Hey! And that can be tough, especially when you put labels on yourself, and then you have to carry out the expectations of that label when no one really fits under a label. So that's kind of confusing, and hopefully you're following me here. I hope so. So I wanted to just dish out a couple labels. I have a note card. I'm such a nerd. I wanted to dish out some labels that I fit under based on tests that I've taken, based on everyone else's perception of me, you know, based on my own perceptions of myself over the last 20-something years. I don't want to give my real age. I don't know why I don't give my age. I just feel weird about it. So here's a couple things that are labels of myself. So, first of all, I'm a female. I go under the pronouns she, her, etc. I don't know if there are other female pronouns, but that's me. I'm a female. What up? I identify as female, so that's cool. And by the way, just to like elaborate on the fact that we love putting labels on things as human beings, from the moment that you're born, you are put under the label of it's a boy or it's a girl. Like, that's the first thing that the doctor says whenever he or she pulls you from the magical place that you came from, the stork, and it just gets delivered at your doorstep, and you're like, and the doctor says, it's a boy or it's a girl. So even from the first second we're on Earth, the first breath that we take of Earth air, we're labeled. And that's just like, I mean, it's a human thing, I get it. Like, also, like, the concept of time doesn't really exist, but we still have it anyway so that we can keep track of things. And that's okay. It makes life easier, so much easier. But sometimes labels are bad, and they can limit you instead of help you. So anyway, so I identify as a female. The next thing is I am demisexual, which I'll probably do a video on eventually, doing the sexuality tag, which I know was going around YouTube like 4 or 3 years ago, but I feel like it's important for me to talk about, and maybe it's important for you guys to know, because I've kind of been like more open to telling people that, and they've been like a few people have even responded and been like, oh my god, like, I am demisexual too, and I didn't realize until you told me, and you told me that label of demisexual, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad I could help. So demisexual basically means that I am not sexually attracted to a person unless I have an emotional connection with them first. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, I don't find someone hot. Like I can look at a person and be like, oh, you're very attractive. Yes, you're very hot. Oh, yes, you're super cute. But, like, that's fine. I can do that, and I totally believe that. You know, that's not a lie or anything when I say that. But I can't feel comfortable doing sexual things unless I have an emotional connection with that person. Hopefully that makes sense. I think kissing is an exception for me. So maybe I'm not, I'm basically demisexual, but maybe not quite. Because I feel fine with, like, kissing people that I don't have emotional connection with. Like, in certain plays that I've been in, I've had to kiss my, you know, male counterpart in the play, and I've had no trouble with that whatsoever. It wasn't even awkward or uncomfortable or anything for me, even though I didn't really know the guy. So that's the thing I'll explore later. Anyway, so the next label is that I'm a Pisces. So there's actually my pillow. Boom, Pisces. That just means that I was born within the dates of February 19th and March 20th. My birthday is February 20th, so I kind of just hit the margin there. And just means I'm a Pisces, and my astrology sign is 2 fishies, so what up? I guess that ties to the whole Ariel name, Little Mermaid, Disney jokes thing. Next is, I get to live side by side with my good friend Anxiety, and I will definitely do a video on anxiety in the future as well. But essentially that just means that I worry a lot and I become afraid of a lot of things, specifically being liked or being not liked. I'll explore that later. The next label I have is that I'm an INFP on the Myers-Briggs personality test scale, which I can elaborate on later also, I guess. And I scored a 4 on the Enneagram personality test, but I also scored pretty high on the 5 and 6 also. So I guess I have a 4 with the wing of 5, but also a 6. Anyway, so my point is that, okay, so I have all these labels, right? I just named you a bunch of labels that I have based on my birthday, based on what other people tell me. Oh, by the way, a lot of people in my life call me a hipster, and they put me under the label of hipster, which I guess if you see my Instagram or my Twitter or whatever, you can kind of tell that I am in fact a hipster, and I'm totally fine with that. That's fine. I shop at thrift stores all the time. I drink tea and chai, and I like soy milk, and I was a vegetarian for a while, and I like, I don't know, reading books that are like, I don't know, I like music that's old, you know, all the stereotypical hipster things, I'm for sure that. So, anyway, so labels are bad. I know, those are all things about me. All the things that I named are all true things about me, but I try not to let those labels limit my actions or limit my abilities and talents to do things. So, if I'm, you know, an INFP, that means that I'm introverted. I forget what the N in it means. F is feeling, and P is like perceiving. You know, that I don't want my introvertedness to limit me from talking to other people or making new friends. And that's kind of a dumb example, but that's like the best thing I could come up with right now, of like how you can be labeled as things, but you can't let that define who you are. And that is like such an important thing, and I'm still learning, still learning how to do that, and how to not live in a tiny little box that people put me under and that I put myself under. And so that's part of growing up, I guess. Woo, teabag flying. Oh shoot, I have 2 more minutes left to talk. I also talked in my dating in college vlog that it's important to embrace the gray areas with relationships. And it's important to not really put a label on a relationship you have with a person. And I still agree with that. And I think that more people should embrace the in-betweenness and the confusion and the like, what is this? Like, I think it's important to focus on that and to really just like sit in that and be like, I don't know what this is, but I'm just enjoying being here. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I wrote on my little note card, you can have labels, but don't let those become limiting to your happiness with yourself or with others. It's really important. Also, everyone is a collection of labels. Not only that, but everyone is a collection of different contradictions, and you shouldn't let those contradictions define, you know, you shouldn't think of yourself as imperfect and bad and a horrible person because you're a contradiction. Like, that's fine. Everyone's a contradiction. It's okay. Like, sometimes I'm shy, but sometimes I'm really loud and obnoxious. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I eat really well, and I eat all my salads and stuff, and other times I have 14 Oreo cookies, and that's okay, because we're all not perfect. I feel rushed now because I have 30 seconds to talk. Okay. So that's it. I guess that's all I want to say. I want to do another Q&A, or at least like elaborate on one of the labels that I talked about, like the demisexuality or the INFP or whatever. So comment below what you want me to talk about in my next vlog. Okay. Oh my god. I'm running out of time. All right. Bye. Hope you guys all have a great Christmas. Bye.